What is up, everybody? It is me, Connor from Echoes of Autumn, and yeah, we are in a new setup for this. This is going to be the main setup for my unboxings and collection updates going forward, mainly because I really don't like the format I did for my last one, my last collection update. I want to show off the actual music in a close-up format, so that's what we're going to be doing in this collection update. Now, this is a massive collection update. I kind of went crazy when I ordered stuff in May, so that's what all of this is. There's a lot of stuff. There's some stuff in here that I know, and a lot of the stuff I don't really know. Well, I didn't really know until I actually got the stuff in. But this, there's a lot. Like, I could probably put this in like two different stacks because there's a lot. But before I get into the actual collection update, I want to give my album of the day. It's something I want to start doing. I want to start giving appreciation to albums that I love. So I want to start doing that with this video. So the first album of the day is going to go to a band that I hold near and dear to my heart. And that is Guttural Slug with their album Megalodon. Hello there. This is actually the Reality Fade reissue, remaster. I got all three of their albums for like less than $40 on Comatose. When they were remastered, I jumped on it immediately. But yeah, this is the remaster. It looks a lot cleaner, and it also has a bonus track. Beautiful stuff. And I also have the original copy of Megalodon. This is one of my most prized possessions. As you can see, the layouts are completely different. And even the back is a lot different. Then this is just the. I think I prefer the actual Guttural Slug logo on the disc a lot better. But yeah, and also there isn't a booklet. It's just a single slip of paper. Compared to this, which is actually a booklet, but it only has the lyrics to Hacksaw Surgery because those are the only things you can make out in the actual song. Hacksaw Surgery, of course, being the song that got me into this band and made me absolutely fall in love. And here's the back. Again, only 7 tracks on this one. The Atrocities on this one. So yeah, this came out in 2012, 2013, I want to say. Maybe 2011? I don't exactly remember, but my album of the day goes to Megalodon by Guttural Slug, one of Slam's best bands. I hope they get back into the studio. I don't know if they are or not. I've been following them on Facebook for a while now and trying to keep up with the things that they're doing. Mostly, from what I've seen, they're mostly been like merch drops and stuff. But yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and get into the actual collection update. I want to start off with one that I mentioned in my last one. In my last collection update, I mentioned that I bought both of Tala's albums. And I did. I only showed off their first album, Matrifugy. And the day that I recorded it or the day after I recorded it, their second album, The Generation of Danger, came in the mail. And I promised I would show it off in the collection update that I do next. So here it is. Love this album to bits. And I believe I also pre-ordered their new album too. I don't remember. So I'll have to look at my emails to see if I did that or not, because I literally don't remember. But yeah, there's no booklet, unfortunately. That would be really, really cool, but got the special things, you know, Max, Derek, Alex, and Musin. Controversial, you know. You know, it's odd that they don't really have Justin's thanks on here, but I don't know. Here's what the back looks like. And yeah, the back one more time. 2022 Earache Records. Beautiful. All right. So that finishes off April's collection update. Now we can move on to the actual stuff I got in May. Now, this is all sorted out by genre. I got a CD shelf recently. Say recently, like towards the beginning of this month, late May or late April. I had it all sorted out alphabetically, but I decided to sort it out by genre. You know, a little do something different. So everything in here is alphabetical in genre. Like the first few are from like death metal. I got one Swedish death metal in here. Black metal. Symphonic, thrash, progressive, and miscellaneous. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. So we only have a few death metal albums. I believe black metal takes up the majority here. But the first we're going to start with is Azarath 11 of Tentacles and Spirals. This is a blackened death metal band. I put it in the death metal because it had more death metal on this album than actual black metal. There was hints of it throughout, but 100% or like 90% it was death metal, so I picked it up. And the story behind me getting this album is actually, this album has literally been following me everywhere. Like, since I started buying stuff, like buying albums off of eBay, this album has constantly popped up in my recommended to buy. So I figured, you know what? I'm already getting other like Cthulhu or Lovecraft themed bands and albums in my collection. I think it's about time that I add this to it. And yeah, I adore this album. And I don't understand why I didn't buy it to begin with until now. But like, I'm glad that I didn't pass it up any later, because this is an absolutely incredible album. Let's see. Here's the booklet. I love the way that I love the way the lyrics are laid out here. And like the different like backgrounds and textures. You can't really see it, but here are the members. On the vocals we have, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. We have Asmodeus Draco Dux, the drums, ethnic percussion, additional guitars, synth, back and cleans, other things, I guess. I don't know where the bass is, but I guess this guy was all guitars, so he might be the bassist. I'm not too sure, but here are the rest of the lyrics. The last song right there. Little quote. Thanks and stuff. Alright. And then something also interesting is I want to bet that these guys are huge fans of Morbid Angel, because there is a God of Emptiness cover on here. And I'm pretty sure that comes from either Covenant or, let's see. Yeah, it comes from Covenant. Because I only have, Domination? I only have Domination. I need to get more Morbid Angel in my collection. But, yeah, this one, pretty good. Go check it out. Next up, we have another band in the H.P. Lovecraft mythos kind of theme. This one actually came as a recommendation from Wyatt X Him. Uh, Love his channel. Please go check him out. He is an absolute inspiration to me. Love his content. Um, I kind of watch his content religiously. I'm not gonna lie because he is a very good like long form content creator. And he did a video on Metal's obsession with H.P. Lovecraft. One of the bands he brought up was Catacomb. And, you know, I'm just now realizing Azarath and Catacomb kind of have very similar logos. But this is I believe, a French band? French or German, I don't exactly remember, but they're a European band. When the Stars Are Right is what this album is called. I forgot I'm not really showing off the spines, aren't I? But here is the back. Good shit. Absolutely love this. Here's the inside. I think it's only 2 members, I guess. And then this disc is like to die for. Oh my god. Like, look at this. This might be one of my favorite, like, actual, like, picture discs because it's just very, very pretty. And then here is the back. Oh, hello. Yeah, but this is absolutely a phenomenal album. Please check it out. And then I also picked up some death metal debuts, too. Like, classic death metal debuts from legacy bands. I believe I have 3 of them here. And they're all in order, too. But yeah, first one is Onward to Golgotha. Excuse me. Onward to Golgotha by Incantation. This album, this band needs no introduction whatsoever. Because these guys are legends. Absolute legends. But this was their debut back in, I believe, 91, 92. But yeah, here is the... Like, for the longest time, I always thought, whenever I saw this album cover, this is like a weird little creature. No, it's like a hand. It looks like, yeah. It's something. Like, there's a crucifix, there's like a guy in a crucifix. Maybe it is a weird creature. I gotta look into this picture because it's interesting. But yeah, here's the spine. Here's the back. Yeah, it's got a CD and a DVD as well. Here's the band, of course. This is before John McEntee was on vocals, way before. I think he didn't start doing vocals until maybe like, I want to say maybe 7 albums in. I can't remember off the top of my head. So don't quote me on that. And then here is the back. For some reason, the teeth don't want to hold in the other disc, so I'm not gonna try and force it to do that. I don't want to break anything. But yeah, love this album. So good. It's like very muddy for a debut album, but holy shit, it's so good. So yeah, if you haven't checked this out, what are you doing? This is a beautiful album. Go check it out. So for this next one, you can already see it. It's Suffocation's Effigy of the Forgotten. I'm a huge Slam fan, as you already saw by Guttural Slug's album. I have a lot of Brutal Death and Slam in my collection, and what kind of person would I be if I didn't have the album that... Like, what kind of fan would I be if I didn't get my Slam straight from the source? So Suffocation's Effigy of the Forgotten. Effigy of the Forgotten is here. Once again, no introduction is needed for this band and album. They released a new album in 2023, I believe? 2022, 2023? I think 23. So relatively a few years ago. But this is their 1991 debut. Liege of Inveracity, legendary song. Involuntary Slaughter, Habitual Infamy, classic stuff. Then here's the spine. I love this. It's so dumb. I love this pink. Then, Frank Mullen, Terrence Hobbs. Terrence is an absolute legend, or is he right here? I believe that's Frank before he went bald. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely classic album. Love it. And the last death metal debut I have is Dismembers Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. Dude, this album needs no introduction. And I believe this is also a 91 release. I believe this is like a 2005 reissue or something. I'm not too sure. But I believe this is a 91 album. Can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah. Classic. Needs no introduction. Here's all the guys. Then here's a disc. Pretty basic disc. And then this has it's this right here. Very, very cool album. Check it out if you haven't. Now, these next two actually come from the same band. They are one of my favorite bands of all time, especially in the tech death world. Probably like top 3 tech death bands, but they're like a technical death thrash. They're actually releasing a new album this year. Their first 2 singles for the album were absolutely amazing, stellar work, and that band is, of course, Revocation. Now, the only Revocation I had before this was their last album, Nether Heaven. Love the album. And unfortunately, it's the only piece of media I have that has Trevor Sternad on it. Rest in peace, Trevor. The newest Black Dahlia album is beautiful. But yeah, I want to start adding Black Dahlia to my collection. Anyway, regardless, I love Revocation. I only had Nether Heaven before this, so I figured why not just pick up 2 more, and so I did. I picked up, their not their debut, their self-titled. I'm Having a Stroke. But yeah, this is it. Like this booklet part right here. It almost looks like the like a Muse album cover, and I'm not saying that as an insult. I love Muse. Their new song was absolutely killer. But yeah, there's that. A simple, I didn't even notice that. Their logo's right here. But here's the back. Same as the booklet. Good stuff. Archfiend. The Gift You Gave. Entombed by Wilf. Good stuff. I believe this is their 2013 album. I'm not going to dig it up. But I also picked up the Outer Ones, the one that came before Nether Heaven. Now you can see the booklet right here. It's actually not a booklet. So the story behind that is when I ordered this album, used off eBay, obviously, because I'm me. And when it got here, I assumed it would be like full, like a traditional album, like with the booklet and case or whatever. I ended up swapping the case because it was cracked in like 7 places. The booklet wasn't even there. I had to switch out like the entire tray and everything. So what I did is I printed off the album cover on a piece of cardstock or on a piece of printer paper, glued it to cardstock, and cut it out. so that way it stays sturdy, and it suffices. So like it's only there for aesthetic purposes. But here's this good stuff. Now that it doesn't have a cracked case, I can actually make it look nice, you know. Of Unworldly Origin is a fantastic song. Fathomless Catacombs, Ex Nihilo, Starless Darkness. Good stuff from 2018. Now we're getting into... How long have I been recording? Okay. We're getting into the black metal now. And there's, like I said... Oh, God, how much do I have? Let's see. That's 10 releases, technically. So, first one is a double album from Bloodthorn, or like a 2-album compilation kind of thing. But is their first 2 albums, Onwards to Battle and In the Shadow of Your Black Wings. This is a blackened death metal band, like symphonic black and death. They were symphonic black metal at first for these first 2 albums. Then they switched to death metal later. I need to pick up their other 2 albums because this is absolutely fantastic. But anyway, here are what the album covers look like. For some reason, they're in this order, not the other way around, which I think that might be wrong. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I wrote on the archives, is that these were supposed to be flipped. But it's all on one, or not all on one disc, sorry. It's 2 discs. Nice little artwork there. That's the booklet. Very, very cool stuff. Back on Black. Season of Mist 2024. I love Season of Mist. It's one of my favorite labels. Just so much cool stuff. And then this is these next 2 are from a couple of legendary bands. Dissection's The Somber Lane. Certified hood classic. that we can all agree on. I know the front man is a piece of shit and a murderer, but that aside, this is a fantastic album. Melodic black metal. I put it with my the main black metal stuff because I don't have enough. I think this is my only melodic black metal release. Maybe like one of 2 or something like that. So I can't really separate it on its own, so good stuff. And I believe this is a reissue. Yeah, it's a reissue because this is from 2004, so it's a remaster, reissue, something like that. All right. Then the next one is from Emperor. It's their Wrath of the Tyrants and self-titled demos. Dude, I need to get more of Ihsahn's work in my collection because this guy is a genius. Literal genius. The moment I saw this on eBay, I had to snatch it up because it's just beautiful stuff. Of course, I still need to get In the Nightside Eclipse and Anthems at the Welkin of Dusk. But this just suffices. And then this next one. This is I'm not gonna try and pronounce that, by the band Milingar. I don't know. I still know nothing about this. All I know is that it's black metal, and it actually came in it came as a free CD with Suffocation's album. The seller was nice enough to send this as well. I haven't listened to it yet, but I plan on listening to it tonight when I go to work. But yeah, that's all I really know. It's from 20 Buck Spin and Amorfall, which I'm not too sure what that is. I'm sure it's another record label. But yeah, Next, we have Zuriaki. This is a Japanese black metal band, atmospheric black metal. Yeah, they're Japanese. This is their entire discography on this really cool thing that you see here, Season of Mist Recordings. It is literally everything they've ever done. Their only 2 albums and 4 EPs are in here. So it has After Image of Autumn on disc 1, Guyan on disc 2, and then on disc 3 it's Autumn of Sad Ode, Winter Mirage, The Sacrifice, and Resentment in the Ancient Courtyard. Resentment in the Ancient Courtyard is some of my favorite atmospheric black metal. Only 2 songs. Only 2 songs. But nearly 20 minutes worth of music. So good. Here is... This booklet is really cool because it has literally everything. It has the Japanese and then the English translations of the lyrics, which, like, I'm all for Japan. It's so nice. And I love how they distinguish everything. Like, this is all from first album. This is the second album. And then it just keeps going and, like, switches up. Like, this is their this is their EP. This is their other one. Resentment in the Ancient Courtyard. And Forlorn Tomb. Like I said, some of the stuff is atmospheric, which means not really any lyrics, like partially instrumental. But this is the rest of it. Good shit, good shit. And then I also got one of these for Septic Flesh. We are on to the symphonic metal now. There's only 6 albums. Or 7 albums, sorry. Technically 8? Technically 8. I'll get to that. But this is In the Flesh Part 2. I don't know if they've ever released a Part 1. I'm sure they have. I just haven't seen it. But this has Revolution DNA, Sumerian Demons, Communion, my personal favorite, and The Great Mass. And these Revolution and Great Mass have artworks that I've never seen, which I want to say that I'm kidding, because Revolution DNA, I don't like that album cover. At least the one on streaming services. But it's got all the lyrics here. Then here's the one for Sumerian Demons. I love how it all changes too. And then here is Communion. Very professional, I have to say. Very professional. And then the one for Great Mass. Of course, you have Vampire from Nazareth. Then what other ones? What other ones do we have? Of course, I got introduced from this band, or to this band, from Communion, and that was Lovecraft's Death and Anubis. But everything else here is just beautiful stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. And then, of course, the discs. There are 4 discs here, of course. Here's Revolution, Sumerian Demons, with a really nice logo. I haven't seen that one in a while. And, of course, Communion and The Great Mass. Good shit. Alright, now we go on to the main reason why I started getting the Cthulhu stuff, or the H.P. Lovecraft related stuff. It's because I was looking up Lovecraftian themed metal, and I stumbled upon a band in a playlist with the song name just straight up Cthulhu. And I listened to it, I was like, dude, this is some heavy ass death metal. Until I listened to the 4th album from the band. Or the 5th album, sorry. I think this is the 5th album, I can't remember. But I was like, this is the same band. And I've heard the name passed around. And that band is Therion. This is their album Lepaka Cliffoth. Nice little slipcase. Yeah, this is a symphonic band from, Sweden. Here's all this. Hope my phone's on 15%. Got to charge it pretty soon, but yeah. Here's all this. This is phenomenal. I'm in the process of getting everything by this band, live albums too. I only have a few things here, but that'll all change throughout the next couple of months. We'll see. And then we also have, this is a compilation called Atlantic Lucid Dreaming. Crowning of Atlantis and Lucid Dreaming. I don't know how to pronounce that first part. But this is a compilation of their 6th and 8th albums. The only thing I'm going to complain about this is it does take out some of the stuff from those original albums. And it doesn't really label, like it doesn't really cut off at where the certain albums end or whatnot. But the songs in here are really, really good. I'm still going to end up getting the individual albums to fill this out. But what are you going to do? Here is the booklet. It's double-sided, which I think is pretty cool. Then here's the disc. I think this is just like the same background and whatnot. Oh, got it. Oh my god. It's got like a throat singing kind of face. That sounded weird, I'm sorry. But yeah, pretty good stuff. And then of course, we have Beloved Antichrist. Now, this is a controversial one, I believe, because this is over 3 hours worth of music. So I actually haven't sat down and listened to any of this yet, because it's in 3 acts, and like this is the booklet. This is the booklet. All the lyrics, and this is all the songs. I still need to like find some time to listen to this because I am a busy dude. But yeah, there's a lot of music on here, so I'm gonna have to how many songs in total? Let's see. Holy shit, there's 46 songs in total. So I need to find some time on like my day off in a few days to listen to this. So yeah, that's a task. Next we have thrash metal. We have Sepultura's Sepul Nation. This is the later stuff with Derek Green. And I hate to say it, but I'm relatively new to this band. This is one of the legacy bands I got into late. But this has Sepultura's Against. Of course it has Sepultura. But Against, Nation, Roarback, Dante 21, my personal favorite Sepultura album. Don't come after me. And then Alex. And then it's in like this weird kind of case. I don't like the way that these... They're not even cases, really. They're just in there like that. Yeah, here's Against, Nation, Roarback. It also has the Revolu Songs EP. Pretty cool. Dante 21. I absolutely adored Dante's Inferno when I was reading it in school. And the fact that someone made a concept album about it, awesome. I don't like the way that these were called intros, though. Like the last, or the 3 after the main intro were called intros. They should have just been interludes. But this one, I like it. It's not as strong as the other later Derek Green albums, but I think it's still pretty good. This is based off of Clockwork Orange, I believe. Yeah, I still need to grab all of the previous stuff because I do love Beneath the Remains, Arise, and Chaos AD. 2 more. This one actually comes from my favorite band of all time, Leprous. I actually saw this band last year in September when they were at a concert venue, of course. I actually met some phenomenal people there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet the band, but I did meet two other bands, Earthside and Fight the Fight. Though those guys are so chill. But anyway, this is my favorite album from Leprous. This is Melina from 2017. This is actually a first edition copy of the album. But it looks a lot different than it did when I got it. Because I had, once again, oh my god. Like, the Outer Ones by Revocation, I had to switch out the case because it had a traditional black tray, but all the teeth were gone, like they were broken off. And the case, once again, was cracked in like 5 places. But everything else is fine. Like, everything else is fine. Beautiful. And then, not to mention, this has a bonus track. A lot of the Leprous albums on CD have bonus tracks. Unfortunately, my copy of Melodies of Atonement, it's not in the special, hardcover book edition. Speaking of that, I completely forgot one. So I'll grab it in a second. But yeah, it has Root. Really good song. I love it. Good shit, good shit. Before we get to the last one, let me grab that other one. That would be Iron Maiden's Book of Souls book version. I have the jewel case version of the album, but I figured why not. I love this album to bits. And where's my favorite song on here? It's Book of Souls, Death or Glory. Oh, nice little art there of Eddie. Shadows of the Valley is my favorite song on this album. So good. And then, of course, Empire of the Clouds takes up 2.5 pages worth of lyrics. Sorry, over 3 pages worth of lyrics for an 18-minute song, which is absolutely bananas for Iron Maiden, but yeah. And then I also love this, too. I love how it's in, different colors and whatnot. Yeah. And then the last one was actually the first album I bought for May, because I pre-ordered it literally a few days before it released, and somehow it got to my house the day that it released, which it's honestly funny to me. But it's Sleep Tokens, Even in Arcadia. Say what you want about Sleep Token, I don't care. I love the band to bits. Just phenomenal. And people are shitting on this album. I don't care. I love it to bits. It is definitely up there in my top 10 albums for the year. I love the green that they chose. And Vessel's new green cloak, I want to say. Is it a cloak? Something. Robe. Cloak or robe, something. The green looks amazing. And when Emergence was released as the first single, it shook me to my core. Beautiful. And after Caramel and Damocles were released, I was like, this album is just gonna be a straight up banger. It is. But when I listened to the album front to back, I will admit, from how many times I listened to the first 3 singles, they almost felt out of place. But I want to do a Sleep Token song ranking at some point, top 15 favorite songs, but we'll see. But yeah, that is everything that I got in the month of May. Holy shit. The next collection update is gonna come sometime in July, obviously. I'll preface this now. I'm not gonna be buying a lot. I don't think I'll be buying any music in July. I'll just make that known because I have something very special that I'm going to be buying in July that'll take up most of my time isn't music related, but you'll see what it is when it gets here. But the June collection update is going to be very small compared to this absolute behemoth stack. There's only going to be around like 15, 16, I want to say, albums. And most of it isn't even music. Like, I'm just going to say that now. Most of it is actually comedy. So we'll save that for when the music gets here, or the CDs get here. But yeah, that is all I have to say for this. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fucking great day.